Welcome back to the channel, boys. It is a beautiful day today. We have to unfortunately start this off with some bad news. I got in an accident, I guess. I took a tumble on this bike right here. I felt really bad because this was my brother's bike. It is my brother's bike. It was like a project he was working on, and I took it out with him. We were riding it while it was like kind of getting completed, and I had a small crash. So we're just painting up right now. He's fixing up some of the damage. There was some damage right here and here. I kind of got banged up a little bit. Nothing like too crazy, but I really learned that even a small tumble on a bike, I was probably going like 20 miles an hour when I fell, but even like a small tumble on a bike can really bang you up. But yeah, I felt really bad because it was kind of his new project, but she looks pretty good now. So today in the sand rail, we're starting off finishing up a lot of the wiring stuff, and also still just prepping for paint. We got a lot of stuff to do, so let's get going.
Show is captivating me, but don't think that I can see right through that disguise. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, how about I get another drink, baby? Okay, I get it. You got fire burning right there in your eyes. So when you got
So wiring update, boys. Good news, everything wiring wise pretty much works. We tested it out here. We took the battery out of the PT Cruiser and just wired it up through there so that we could test all of the wiring on our standalone ECU. We had it hooked up to Zach's computer, and surprisingly, by some stroke of luck, everything miraculously actually works. We tested out all the injectors. I really thought, I fully expected to turn this thing on and have like 6 different wires that were not connected properly or something, but somehow, by some stroke of luck, it is actually done correctly. All thanks to me and my knowledge, obviously. Yeah, so it looks like a jumbled mess, but yeah, so good job. Zach, what is next? Like what's our next step here? I think well, we do have to run fuel. We do have to run all the fuel lines, and then eventually, sometime like in the near future, we should probably test fit this into the frame to kind of see where we're sitting there. And while all this is going on, we're kind of like on the sidelines doing a little bit of body work here and there just to kind of keep things moving. We're always up at weird times doing this kind of stuff. Right now, we're gonna make a checklist and kind of circle back here and figure out what we need to do next. So just gotta open up our sand rail journal here, a little diary. So on this list, hopefully this is everything left we have to do. Some of the things on this list are gonna be brakes. We have to still cut the chassis and everything, run all of our cables for the most part, do some of our seat stuff, make sure the seats get in there, so we need to put the brackets for that. The floor pans, we still need to do that. Remember, we cut those out. All of the trans stuff. But right now, let's put this aside real quick. Right now, we are gonna get started on some cutting. So we've decided how we want to cut the front of the frame here. cutting the frame up and extending it, making it higher. Those are going to be some of our big things that we have to do next. Those are going to be the next big steps in the project. Right now, we're going to be cutting some of this stuff up here to make the steering rack fit properly because we were having some problems there. We also discovered here that this part is kind of dry rotted down there, so we do need to get this whole front assembly. We need to get a new one of those. So update time here, boys. I've been working all day today and haven't really given you guys an update, but it's kind of dark, so hopefully you can see this very well. All day long, I've been working on the frame for this thing. I've been getting the bottom ready and trying to prep this. If you guys remember from one of my first videos here, there was a bunch of little, there used to be like mesh down here. So I was just cleaning up a lot of this stuff on the rails to get ready for the new bottom plating. And we took on the monstrous task of sanding this thing. So it's kind of slow and steady, but this whole thing's got to get sanded so that we can get everything welded, then move on to painting. I do have some of the material that we are going to use for the frame. Some of this came in, so just some of this stuff. That's the material we're using for framing. But at this point, to be honest, we kind of just have to put the time in, and yeah, a lot has to be done, but we're moving along. So in addition to a lot of the sanding work, you can see a lot of the sanding work here. It's actually pretty nice. It's coming along pretty good. It's gonna look really nice once it's painted. But in addition to that, on the flip side here, over on the front, we've been working a lot on the front assembly here. You can see we have a lot of parts of that just on the floor, just kind of scattered all over the place. But we took this portion out right here. That actually weighed a lot, and I picked it up earlier. We're guessing that the frame right here, this is like just the raw frame with no suspension components or anything on it. This, we're guessing maybe 400 pounds. It's not really that heavy, to be honest. This front portion right here, I don't know exactly what you call this. I think it might be technically like a suspension component. There are actually springs inside here, so you can tighten those or loosen those to adjust the stiffness of the ride. That's pretty cool. But this part here is broken. We can see it. Well, it's not actually broken. It's just old. It's kind of like dry rotted or something in here. So we need to get a new, this whole assembly here, we need to get this new. And then, well, it's kind of heavy. You can see under there, this is where it attaches to a few other suspension components into the front wheel. So we took that off because we need to get a new one of those. I'm hopefully going to order that tonight. But you can kind of see right here, we've got like everywhere from here up, for the most part, sanded. I just want to get as much as we can done to get it prepped and ready to weld and make our adjustments. I did want to take a second to shout out my TikTok account. You guys have been showing me a lot of love on there, and I've actually met a lot of new people here. And if you're from there, you know, let me know down in the comments. I want to know how many of you guys came over here from TikTok. I've actually gotten lucky on a few videos on TikTok, and that's really surprising because I haven't put a whole lot of effort into them. And I've kind of just been throwing up a little short tidbits from these larger videos onto TikTok, and you guys seem to like that a lot. So thank you. But for the most part, that's going to be all for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.